What have I done to lose the weight? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what are my healthy tips and recipes that has helped me shed some of this weight. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lillian and today, like I mentioned, we'll be talking about tips to losing weight and what am I doing to shed this weight. So first things first, when I was at my worst, which was 180 pounds, I did not know what to do. And I did a consultation with a nutritionist to be. She was a student going to be a nutritionist, and she really did help me out a lot. She has so much knowledge, and she shared a few things with me that really helped me to lose the beginning of the weight. I lost with her about 10 pounds in 1 month, which was like, yes. But now I lost 8 pounds so far. It fluctuates back and forth. But the one thing that I learned from her was reducing the amount that I was eating, because I used to eat very healthy. I always ate very healthy in my mind, which was I eat vegetables, didn't eat a lot of processed food, but I did love to eat, I do still love to eat a lot of fruits because it's healthy, or a lot of vegetables, which is healthy, and brown rice and all of these things. And it really helped me to control my food portions. What does that mean? So the first thing that I did was counting my macros, how much carbohydrates I've been eating, how much sugar, fat, and protein am I doing the intake. So I use my MyFit app, which is free. If you want to have more of the accessibility of the app, they do charge, I think it's $14.99 per month, but I just stick to the free part of the app, which it really does help me just to know how much protein and carbohydrates am I taking in. So in order for you to lose weight, you really have to make sure what is your carbohydrate intake and your fat intake together with your protein. And what I was doing is eating a lot more carbohydrate, which comes from fruit, sugars, bread, and all those things, but also having a lot of fat and not having a lot of protein in my diet. And that really caused you to not lose weight. And I was just struggling, like, come on, like, why am I not losing weight? I'm eating healthy and I'm doing all these things, but you don't realize until you plug them in what you really are intaking. So I started my number one tip, if you want to be healthy, is count your macros. Make sure that how much protein you're taking, how much fat are you intaking, and how much carbohydrates. And in order for you to lose weight, you do need to have more protein in your diet than carbohydrates. There's a bunch of other diets out there. There's keto, there's, oh my God, low carb diet. There's so much. But what I have learned through my journey of trying to lose weight is that what matters the most is you're taking protein in and that you're staying healthy. It doesn't matter if you're vegan or not. Protein is what's going to help you build lean muscles, but also lose weight. And I don't really personally follow a keto diet or a low carb diet. I do try to keep my carb a little lower, but also trying to intake more protein, which sometimes what I didn't realize that I was not even a quarter of how much protein I'm supposed to be taking. For me to lose the weight, I had to start intaking a little bit more protein and cutting down a little bit more of my carbs. Tip number 2 of being healthy or having a healthy diet is making sure that you know what you're going to eat. So what did I do? I started doing a weekly menu so I can know what I'm gonna eat, so I don't have to think a lot about it. So on Friday or Saturday, depending on the day I go to groceries, I sit down with the family and say, hey, what are we eating this week? And I'm gonna insert probably some clips here and there of our weekly menu. I'm also gonna be sharing with you guys some ideas for breakfast that it's healthy, it fills you up, and the kids and my husband eat about the same thing that I do. I just cut my carbs in whatever menu I'm doing. For example, I did a shepherd's pie with ground turkey, and for the family I did with mashed potatoes, and for me I did it with cauliflower mash, and it was just amazing. For me it tastes the same. For them, they might yell and complain about it, but for me it tastes amazing. Another thing that I do is like hot cocoa. Instead of me using cocoa, which is a process from the cacao, I do mine with cacao instead of hot cocoa. So things like that, which I'm gonna be showing with you guys once we move on to my kitchen and share a little bit more of that. The other thing that I do that I started doing recently is intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, there's actually so much benefit. So I can share with you guys the benefit of intermittent fasting. I just started, and I do listen to my body quite well in the sense of, am I really hungry or am I just thirsty, for example? Because a lot of times your body is just so used to of eating that sometimes you're not really hungry, but you want to eat. So what I do the 16-8, which is 16 hours without eating, an 8-hour window of eating. And between the 8-hour, I am counting my macros, making sure that I'm counting my coffee, teas, I'm counting every single thing. And so I'm doing intermittent fasting, and it has been working for me. I had tried it before, but I was trying to do it for a really long time, and my body started reacting in ways that wasn't so healthy. I started having a lot of heartburns and even throwing up acid because it was just so empty. So I tried to just cut my dinner earlier. So I usually finish eating dinner by 5:36, and then by 10 o'clock in the morning, I can have my breakfast. But I do wake up at 6 o'clock. I do my meditation, I do yoga, and then I take care of the kids. I start with the homeschool, we take a break, and then I have my breakfast. The benefits of doing intermittent fasting is that it helps with your cells and hormones. It helps balance it out, and there's so much research on it. Go do your own research. I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm just sharing the things that has worked for me. And with intermittent fasting, it also helps you with weight loss, because once you go to that period of not eating, your body starts taking from the fat that you have stored in your body to nourish it, to make it continue functioning. So it helps you lose weight, but also obviously you can do intermittent fasting, go eat a hamburger. You need to really balance out to being healthy, but at the same time do intermittent fasting. And one of the things that I have done has helped my body a lot, it's do celery juice in the morning. So the days that I do intermittent fasting, I don't do the juicing because I have coffee first. And celery juice needs to be with an empty stomach, nothing else. Wait 15 minutes until you have your meal. So I do the other 2 days that I don't intermittent fast. Usually on the weekends I don't, but it helps boost your body. There's so much great benefits of celery juice. You should also go research that. So I do that to help my body cleanse itself from all the toxins, all the things that we put in our body sometimes that we don't even know. So those are the tips that I do. So now let's get to the kitchen. Let me share some things that I eat. And I have here a few things that I do eat. So I'm gonna be sharing with you for breakfast. Here's the one thing that I do and I have learned, which I'm gonna pull it up so I can show you. I have learned about the menstrual cycle seeding hormone balancing. That was a mouthful. I have learned how seeds help you control your hormones when you are on your monthly cycle. If you didn't know this, I didn't know either, I'm gonna explain to you guys. So once we first start our period day until 14 days later, we need an estrogen boost. And there's 2 seeds that really help you with that. And you're only supposed to take once a day, 1 teaspoon. And what helps you to increase your estrogen boost your estrogen is flax seeds. So I use this one from Trader Joe's. cheddar seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds. So this is the one that I use, pumpkin seeds. And you use 1 tablespoon of this one and 1 tablespoon of this one. I use the roasted unsalted and flaxseed meal. You can have the regular flax seeds, but I use a flaxseed meal, and I'm gonna show you how I take it. But after the 14 days, you now need progesterone boost. Progesterone boost. And what helps you with progesterone boost is sunflower seeds, which I use also from Trader Joe's, and you need sesame seeds. Those 2 seeds help you before you have your period. So from day 1 of your period, 14 days later, I take these 2. 14 days later on until my period comes, I take these 2, which is the sunflower seed and the sesame seeds. So how do I take it? I love taking to help with my gut health, because your gut, if you didn't know, it's your second heart. I take kefir yogurt, and it really helps with my digestive system, my gut, and it has a lot of life and active cultures which really help you. There's a lot of people that does them naturally at home, don't have the time for all of that, so I really just buy it from the store. Obviously it's processed, but hey, some things are better than nothing, right? So I take this one, low fat, from Trader Joe's as well. And what I do is, the amount that it says for you to take is about a cup, which is 120 calories. It has 18 grams of sugar, no fiber, and 8 grams of protein. It's not bad. So what I do is I put half a cup, I don't take the whole entire cup, half a cup of the kefir yogurt on a cup, and I put in which seeds I have to eat during my cycle time. Like that, I am getting the boost for my gut, but also I'm taking my seeds for my period time. And that's usually, like, I put just 1 tablespoon for half a cup and have that, and I am good for my snack. Usually when I'm hungry, but not super hungry, that's what I do. But here's the breakfast ideas and what I usually eat. One thing, oatmeal. Oatmeal is the best breakfast idea that you can intake, or healthy breakfast idea that you need to be having in your diet. I usually have about half a cup of oatmeal with almond milk, and that's basically it. And then I love adding fruits because it's just life. But then I have researched which fruits have the lowest sugar and carbohydrates. Strawberry is the one that has the lowest, but I do have a difficult time with my gut, so I try to take things that has a bit more fiber, which it's blueberries and raspberries. So obviously I don't take so much of it. I usually take not even a handful. When I was dealing with my nutritionist, I had to really count, because she already had everything calculated for me, count every single one of them. So I kind of learned how to go about it. So I take usually 5 of these, and about like 5 or 6 of these. So if you don't know how much calorie goes into it, I do have a scale where I weigh everything, and I can just weight it and see how much calorie I'm actually taking. So I can do that. I can do oatmeal with these 2 fruits, and that's about it. I do have my coffee every morning while intermittent fasting with monk's fruit. Actually raw monk's fruit sugar or sweetener, which is basically a super healthy alternative for sugar, and that's what I take. For me, I don't see no difference. I actually use a lot less of the monk's fruit because I think it's a lot sweeter than actual sugar, and I use it even for baking, which is great. It's healthy. It doesn't have no calories. It's zero everything, and it's great, and I love it. And then another option, when I want to have a little bit more carbohydrates, depending how my morning is going, or if it's already like around like 11, before even lunchtime, I have found these They have my heart. They are low carb or carb savvy tortillas with whole wheat. They are 45 calories. 45 calories. And they have 9 grams of carbohydrates, but 6 grams of those 9, it's fiber. So actually, like, all of it is fiber. All of it is fiber. So it's great. So what I do is I usually just toast one of this in the pan, and I do egg whites with spinach, and I just put it on this and I have the breakfast. Oh, like, it makes me hungry right now. I want it. So I found these, they're really, really good. It's only 45 calories. I only have one. And then there is days that I also want, on my period days, like, you know, recently, I need more sweet. But here's the thing, I used to be a lot worse than I am today. And honestly, these seeds things has been a game changer. My craving has lowered, my PMS have lowered. Obviously, it takes time for you to see the difference, but I've been doing for, let's say, 3 cycles already, and it has been the best. I have seen so much difference. I'm not as cranky anymore. My desire to have sugar has really lowered. So it has been really, really good. But there's days that I still, because I'm really bad at taking these, really good at taking the other ones. Don't know why, but I still try my best to every day eat it, even if it's just a shovel a spoon down my throat. But there's days I want sweet, and I absolutely love these. They are the Kodiak Cakes powdered cake, protein packed, and they're just so delicious. You can either just add water, you can add an egg for more protein, or almond milk. I just don't add the egg, I put the almond milk, and it has 30 grams of carbohydrate, but 5 grams of fiber. And I only usually have, like, I do half a cup for the whole entire family. So I have about 2. They're, like, honestly, about this size pancake, and they're just so amazing. They're dark chocolate chip. I'm actually kind of getting hungry, so I'm gonna go make me something to eat. But those are the breakfast ideas. I usually have about the same thing. I try not to have, I don't actually have a lot of processed food, candy, chocolate anymore. I do have some once in a while for the kids, but not as much. And one I've learned, I was actually reading more into diet and how you can help your body even more. Spices. It's really good for your body. And I started adding a lot of cinnamon to all my things. Peppers, black peppers, which I didn't before, cumin. All those things while you're cooking is really good for you, and it's helping your body so much. And I learned about the difference of cacao powder and cocoa powder. And the benefits this have, it's crazy, and I didn't even know about it. And it doesn't taste that bad. Like, I really enjoy this because I love chocolate. So I've been really enjoying this, and it has so much antioxidant for you, which I didn't know about. So those are my healthy tips or recipes. I'm gonna probably be inserting more dinner ideas, I think, because that's the easiest for me to record, and sometimes I think it's the hardest for us to come up with ideas. You this in my menu, and what I do usually, I have at least 1 to 2 days during the week that we don't eat no sorts of meat. For dinner, I try to incorporate more vegetables in our diet. But that's basically for breakfast. Eggs whites, this flour tortillas, yogurt, Greek yogurt I have in my fridge too, but I don't eat as much because I feel like when I have plain Greek yogurt, I need to add a little bit more of sweetener to it. So that's why I try just to have this, because it is sweet itself, and I just have my seeds, which I need to have either way. And that's basically it. Just trying to consume a lot less, and I just count everything. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. I can't wait to share more with you, and comment down below. What is your favorite healthy dinner idea? And I'll see you guys on the next one.